Welcome to Woke People, where logic is hate speech, emotions have PhDs, and asking basic questions is considered a war crime. If you thought reality was optional before, buckle up, because this ride runs on delusion and glitter glue. Let's get into it.
Women's rights, but we can't define what a woman is. But also men can be women. And no uterus, no opinion, but also men can get pregnant. Men are oppressing us. But also, it's okay if biological men take over our spaces and our sports. Women are so over-sexualized in this culture, but it's empowering if women are the ones sexualizing themselves. Are you guys quite done yet? Like, are you okay?
If you dare to use logic and common sense, prepare to be screamed at by the feelings first crowd.
So we shouldn't deport people because they might cure diseases, but we should kill babies even though they might cure diseases.
What do you mean by killing babies?
An abortion.
What do you mean by an abortion?
When an abortionist goes in and sucks out a baby that's growing in a woman's womb.
Are you one of those who thinks that life starts at the moment the sperm meets the egg?
I don't think, I know because that's what science says.
I'm a doctor, and that's not what science says. It's completely a religious belief.
So when does life begin?
When does life begin? Life begins... Life begins as a human being. Life begins at viability.
So how are they growing for 20 weeks before viability if they're not alive? Because dead things don't grow.
Plants alive.
But is a plant a human?
Some people believe that it's at the moment the sperm meets the egg. Other people believe it's at quickening. Other people believe that it's at viability. There is no scientific agreement about when human life begins.
96% of secular embryologists and biologists agree that life begins at the moment of conception. So
They don't believe...
it's a study out of the University of Chicago. It's not religious at all. It's totally secular.
No, that's not true.
If I miscarry at 8 weeks, that means my baby died. Therefore, they were growing and then they stopped growing because they died. So how is it not alive if I miscarry my baby at 8 weeks?
It's not a human life.
What is it? A frog? A hamburger?
It's an embryo.
An embryo of what?
An embryo that has the potential to become a human being. But it is not.
There are dolphin embryos. I know. You guys are always done. When the conversation gets a little bit tricky, you guys always walk away. You're a doctor and you don't know when life begins?
I do know when life...
Where did you get your degree? You need a refund.
Complex discussions, yeah, those tend to short circuit when emotions run the whole show.
My, at the time, 3-year-old had such a good time tipping the drag queens and all the other drag performers. He kept going, so pretty, and like holding out the dollars. He was so excited. So I'm sure that he won't be able to wait again this year. So thank you so much for making it not just a fun event, but a fun event for everyone in your family. It's much appreciated.
Absolutely. Since the beginning, it's always been very important to us that this event is accessible for everybody, and that includes being free entry. At most, one day we might ask for a donation, but we'll never turn someone away for a ticket price.
Creepy Tactic 101. Just slap some glitter on it and call it a game. That's how they make madness look fun.
If you had a son or a daughter and they came out to you and they said, Charlie, I'm gay, or Charlie, I'm trans, what would be your course of action in that? Like, would you still support them?
If they came out as trans, I'd say, no, honey, you're a girl, or no, my son, you're a boy. I don't affirm delusions. You do not affirm what is harmful or what is not true, and you must find the underlying issue as to why this is happening. 75% of minors that are trans are girls. 75%. Largely found because of social contagions of young ladies that are on the autism spectrum that most times are having puberty anxiety and are being bullied or feel self-conscious for changes that are happening to their body.
Amen.
What we are told is that we must stop puberty, that puberty is the problem. In reality, 99% of the time, puberty is the solution to a lot of these trans issues.
Yes.
That you allow puberty to work its course, all of a sudden, the girl becomes a woman, and she feels a lot more at home and safe for how she is and comfortable how she is. That's the worst time to have psychological interventions at that time. Young women have always been more prone to social contagions, and transgenderism is a social contagion. A 5,000% increase in transgenderism is not normal. It wasn't like within everybody. It is an external force upon our nation's youth.
Credit to the guy for actually asking a legit question and listening to the answer. Rare these days.
Want to catch Wokey moments in 4K? Watch till the end, subscribe, like the video, and comment Wokies for a chance to win a brand new iPhone 16 or a cash prize. Also, don't forget to check out the next video on the end screen for more chances to win.
The wildest part, we're not just tolerating this stuff, we're actually giving it airtime.
Instead of publicly calling us the N-word, they use racist epithets and suggest that we're ghetto or unqualified or diversity hires. Even though we're all more, oftentimes than not, more educated and qualified.
When I first became a public defender, I had no criminal defense experience. And I walked in and I told my boss, Charlie, I said, listen, you should hire me. He said, why? I said, because I'm black.
I wish I had that level of blind confidence, but unfortunately, I'm just too self-aware.
Got another superfan right there. That's a sign of endearment in most cultures. Come on up.
So why do you care so much about other individuals living their lives? What is affecting you? Do you have something up your ass or something?
Why do you care so much about what I have to say?
Because you're affecting other people's rights. You're taking away people's choices. You are hurting people.
Do you think every human being has a right to life?
Depending on how many weeks, but let's
so wait, hold on. Who's trying to take rights away? I want to protect the rights of all human beings. You call them a clump of cells. Who's trying to take rights away exactly?
So when is it a human being in your mind? When is it a human being in your mind?
Well, it's not even on my mind. Human development objectively begins at conception.
What if it's affecting the woman or anybody who is pregnant in this situation? What if they're going to die and they have to get an abortion? That's the only way they're going to live. Are they going to be over?
Well, hold on. Just so we're clear, that's only a couple thousand cases a year. But let's talk about the main thing, because there's over 1.5 million abortions every single year that don't involve rape, incest, or life of the mother. 1.5 million.
Most individuals that are having abortions are going to be mothers that cannot afford it. They usually have already 2 to 3 kids and a lot of time.
So it's acceptable to be able to murder your young if all of a sudden you don't have the money to support them. That you can murder your offspring if you're poor. 99.9% of all abortions are not rape and not incest and not life of the mother. How did that woman get pregnant in those certain situations? Did she just walk through campus and it just appeared and all of a sudden a baby is in her uterus? Or did she do something to decide to potentially have a child?
Sex, but also contraceptives sometimes don't always work.
So, but hold on a second. Shouldn't you take responsibility for your orgasms?
I don't think most men can make me come. I'm going to be honest.
Oh, okay. Well, again, outside of that statement, I'm not even sure how to take that, to be honest. Shouldn't you take responsibility for the sex that you have?
Let's say I was having sex and my contraceptives didn't work and I got the chance of getting pregnant. I am not having that child.
But you still decided to have sex.
Yeah.
And again, our opinion, when you go and decide, having sex is not something you need to survive. It's not like showering or eating or shelter. You can live without having sex. You can have a little bit of self-control. If you decide to go have sex, you should understand you play certain games, you win certain prizes, which might be another human life. Maybe we can get to some approximation of an agreement. Can we agree?
No.
Oh.
It's like watching a blender on max speed, with nothing inside, all noise, no substance.
You're lying! Like, I live... You do not have freedom of speech enshrined in the German Constitution. It doesn't exist.
We have freedom of speech.
Let me continue on down the list.
I worked in media. I worked in news media. We have freedom of speech. We could write whatever we wanted to.
No, you don't.
No, we do.
Let me ask you this.
I studied politics in Germany. I studied the system. What you're saying is a bland out lie.
No, it's 100% accurate. People are arrested in Germany, jailed for speech.
No.
Yes.
They're arrested if they use hateful speech. Because of course they are. Okay, off.
Hate speech is a convenient phrase when you want to police opinions instead of proving yours.
I will speak loud for those who cannot speak. I'm a proud he, she, they, them, whatever. I am a boyfriend to a beautiful woman. I am a girlfriend to a handsome trans man, and I am also a girlfriend to an incredibly beautiful woman. One of the first things we learn in a healthy family is trust, and unfortunately some parents don't trust their children when they say, "This is me," and they make that decision for them. That may make the child fearful from the people that claim to be trying to protect them.
Honest question, isn't this just a rebranded version of multiple personality disorder asking for a confused nation?
It is not a criminal violation to enter the country illegally. It's not a criminal, it's a crime. It's not a crime, which is why they're so frustrated, because they really want our local law enforcement to go out and round up people when they could be looking out for the murderers and the sexual abusers as well as the robbers. They want them to go and round people up on civil accusations. And so that
illegally literally means it's a crime. If that's controversial, maybe pick up a dictionary next time.